What's good? My name is EB, and this is another episode of Black Sheep to Go on YouTube. Now, I'm about to take the time for my first few videos to talk about my favorite teams or, what I'm looking at in the sports world. So, I have some favorite teams that you might, in the future, you're going to hear me talk about. The Minnesota Vikings, the Houston Rockets, New York Yankees, Liverpool, University of Texas football, and I really love MMA and boxing. That's the stuff I'm going to talk about. I probably ain't going to talk about the soccer. We live in Texas. I've seen the soccer ball probably 3 times my whole life. But anyway, I'm going to do a little quick. I'm going to use quick loosely. I'm looking at my notes. So I'm going to do the Minnesota Vikings schedule and what I think they can do. Now, before I even speak on the schedule, the Vikings they mediocre to me. I know they got Brian Flores. I know they got a couple pieces here and there. They paid Daniil Hunter, if I'm correct. And they got some young guys. I can't pronounce his last name, but he's from Georgia. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is they're mediocre. They're not proven on defense yet. Defensive line, I don't even know the interior defensive linemen at all. They got young corners. Whoop-de-whoop. One of my favorite players, Harrison Smith, he's getting up there in age. So, it's kind of hit or miss for me. But anyway, and on offense, they got some weapons. But other than Justin Jefferson and Hockenson, when you got a mediocre quarterback making $87 million throwing the ball, you asking for catastrophe. Now, what first game of the season what I'm going to go over is Tampa Bay. No Tom Brady. Shout out to Mike Evans from Galveston. But, most of the team is kind of AARP. They old. They get hurt a lot. They could just key in on Mike Evans, which is their best player. Easy. I think that's a win. Primetime game. Now, I'm going to say this a lot. Primetime game against Philadelphia. That's a L. I'm not. This is the only way I can say it. You ask Kirk Cousins' primetime game against a pretty good, not pretty good, but it's against a damn good defense, a good defensive line to fill the A gaps and stay in his face. You asking for a 4-pick game already. His 4 picks game ain't even started yet. So that's an L. Then where they go to? Oh, and it's in Philadelphia, by the way. Then versus the LA Chargers. I think they can win that one. They got I forgot the man's name, but the good running back. They got some weapons, I get it, and Herbert and all them guys. And Keenan Allen and that I think, but I still think they have enough to win that game because it's easy to key in on 2 guys. Well, when one is a running back and when one is a wide receiver. Carolina, a dub. I know a guy that's a Carolina Panthers fan. Yeah, John would be kind of upset. But anyway, that's an easy dub for Minnesota. Bryce Young, then you got Adam Thielen. They know what to do against him. I feel like that's a light work game. Kansas City, L. Easy L. Kansas City. Could be repeating as champions, hopefully, if they get everything right, but that's for another time. Anyway, it's just too much firepower. They don't have the cornerbacks to even stand up to them. And to me, the way they look, Minnesota's linebacker core, even in training camp, they look slow. That's the way it looks to me. Easy dub against Chicago. I don't believe in Chicago. Oh man, my mind is drawing a blank. But the quarterback from Ohio State, I'd be rooting for him, but you stuck there. Another L after Chicago, San Francisco. One of the most complete teams in the NFL. Yes, they can't get over the hump, but still one of the most complete teams in the NFL. McCaffrey, I know they got mediocre at quarterback, but they got Purdy. Is it Purdy? I think that's how you pronounce his name. The thing, yeah, I think they're gonna lose that one. Green Bay, dub. Atlanta, dub. Then versus New Orleans. As a Minnesota Vikings fan, and to all the New Orleans Saints fans out there, we are your dads. We've been your dads since like 2017, even before the miracle happened. So I'm just saying, it's in recent memory. I know they lost against New Orleans in 2009, whatever. But in recent memory, we've been your dads. So Denver, that is if I'm correct, I think that's a primetime game. I think it is a primetime game. And like I say, Kirk Cousins, primetime don't mix. I think that's an L. Now, Chicago after that, I really have a feeling they may lose. New coach, he probably will figure it out. They may lose, but I got them winning that game. Me personally, Las Vegas, they don't have Waller no more. Then that offensive line is just fucking terrible, and Donald Penn ain't coming there no time soon. So that's a dub. Cincinnati, L. I already know it. When they play against elite quarterbacks, they cannot do nothing. Every single time. It always happens. Detroit is a win. I feel like they can win against Detroit. Now I said Green Bay is an easy dub. I know. I said it. I know I said it. But every year, no matter how good the Vikings is, they're going to be in a close game with one of those games. They're going to be in a close game with Green Bay. And for some reason, Green Bay play amazingly on the fucking road against the Vikings. It's been like that forever. So I think they might lose that one. And then the last game of the season, Detroit. That's a dub. Yes, Detroit got a good running attack. Yes, they got St. Brown. Yes, they got a good offensive line. But can they score every single time? You can score every single time on that Detroit defense. I feel like it's not that good. Like, I don't know everybody as individually, but when you watch a game, they don't look all that on defense. Offense is explosive. And I will go on a limb to say this. Detroit is one piece, a very, very good quarterback away to be just like the Kansas City Chiefs. And I can bet on that. But anyway, if you look at at a full overview of everything, I think if anybody watches acting, watches movies or anything, I feel like the Minnesota Vikings are like Lorenz Tate. Like, yeah, he's famous. Yeah, he's famous, but he ain't Denzel. So they are not elite yet. Anybody with Kirk Cousins on their team will never be elite. So that's all I got to say about that. If they could get rid of Kirk Cousins get hurt, A rookie come, I don't give a damn how it is. Just one before I die. That's the motto of all Vikings fans right now. Just one before I die. Brian Flores coming in, that's a hell of a mixture right there. But as much as I'm gonna talk about them, but we're gonna talk about excuse me. But I'm gonna talk about my Houston Rockets. Ooh, let me get comfortable. My fucking Houston Rockets. Lord Jesus. I get all the moves. I don't understand why they got 87 guards on that team. I just need somebody to explain this to me. Why do they thought it was good to get 87 guards and you could have went for Aiden or Bol or anybody else in the draft that I just can't remember right now. But you got to draft. They draft 50 guards and then they just got guys off of waivers and all that other shit. And why? That I don't understand. Just why? I really want to know that. But I know Ime Udoka went to the finals last time he was coaching. Everybody know that whole situation. But anyway, I think that was a good pickup for the Rockets. And I think Ime Udoka is going to take him about at least 3 to 4 years to change the complete culture of this whole thing. It's a bunch of best way I can say it is bullshit. All they do is roll the ball out, give it to Jalen Green. He dribbled the ball for 20 seconds, try his best James Harden impression, and he missed. I think they're going to be 500 at best. I just think they 500 at best. But if you really think about James Harden, let's be honest, they for at least 2 of those years when he was playing, they was on the cusp of going to the NBA Finals. He did his thing. I just said something bad, but he did do good. So on the heels of that, with him calling Morey a liar, I think the reason he called him a liar because he thought he was going to get sent back to Houston. This is total speculation. This is the shit I read. I read all day. This is what I read. And he was going to trade him. But he didn't. So what I'm thinking is he just got frustrated. And I guess for getting frustrated and calling your GM a liar, but, according to the NBA, they can do whatever the fuck they want with your contracts, with cutting you, with not having you play, with all this. So they decide they'll go $1,000 fine for you open your mouth, boy. That's what it felt like. I know the union is disputing it, but that was some unfair shit right there. Now, with that being unfair, and I think, in NBA, they kind of know who wants to go where. Well, they try to stop him going to the Houston Rockets. That's the thing. Because if he leaves or if he sits out, what the hell Joel Embiid gonna do? And Joel Embiid is rumored to be talking or have ties to the Houston Rockets. That's what I'm saying. Could Joel Embiid and James Harden, could they come to the Rockets together? Different years? But the thing is, what are you willing to give up for those pieces? Because you pay them both. They gotta have the max. You gotta get them. That's just straight up. They having the max. I don't know what the max is exactly and how everything will work number wise, But they're going to be making, and I can bet that if they come to Houston with all the lack of culture and everything it is, both of them going to at least want $35 million a year, and I can bet that. At least, I might be a little high, but at least $35 million a year. So if you equate that 369, yeah, they probably gonna be wanting well over 200 million for, like, maybe if you just spread it out for a 6-year deal. One, I don't know, and two, them guys are kind of on the. I think James Harden is. I can't remember how old he is. I think he's 33, 34. I might be wrong. Somebody quote me on that. But that's just my personal opinion. Could the process come to Houston? Hey, as a Rockets fan, God damn it, I hope so. But yeah, that's all I'm going. Yeah, that's probably how I'm going to end this video. The process coming to Houston. All right, now.